이 여자가 그랬다니까는 나는.
광명전통시장, Kwangmyeong Traditional Market. This was my town for, gosh, 10 years. Very old school neighborhood that is rapidly developing all around it into high-rise apartments. We took a drive down here today, kind of like relive old times. Some of them good, some of them terrible. But my old stomping grounds, and by far my favorite place that I ever lived in Korea. And this market is just great. It's fantastic. In my opinion, the best market that I've ever been to in the whole country. And we're just stopping here for a bite to eat. This is basically Chinese, Korean style noodles. I'm getting a seafood noodle soup. She's getting the black bean sauce on noodles. This was my favorite. This was my favorite joint in the market to eat. Cheap, still cheap. It's gone up 1,000 won. It used to be 4,000 for my seafood noodle soup. Now it's gone up to 5,000. That's still like less than $4 US. So going inside. This is real old school Korea right here, man. We have been served. So I'm going to put this on pause while we have our meal. That is jjajangmyeon. Black bean sauce on noodles. That's my spicy seafood noodle soup. Of course, we got kimchi and pickled radish and onion. Thank you, dear. I'm going to pause and eat this and then show you around the market. I'm not putting you on there. It's okay. Accoutrements. 안녕히 계세요.
안녕하세요.
All right. So, I guess I'll just stroll around here and just let you enjoy some of the sights and sounds, if not the smells, of a traditional Korean market. It's a great place. One of my favorite kinds of places in all of Korea, and this one in particular is my favorite traditional market in Korea. Dried red peppers, salted shrimp, fermented soybean paste. That's seasoning sauce for making kimchi. Let's see here. This is called jun, basically sort of like pancakes with goodies in them. Shrimp dumplings, pork knuckles, pork feet, knuckles, shanks, braised for hours in a spice mixture. Various greens, many of which can be foraged actually. Salted and prepared for kimchi, sprouts. This is rice gluten cakes You pound rice with a heavy mallet, sticky rice. You just keep pounding it and pounding it and pounding it. Eventually, it turns into a very chewy, not paste, chewy, almost rubbery texture, which I don't particularly like, but the girls love it. Squids, there we go. Crabs, these are called munge. And as far as I can tell, they're only eaten in Korea and Japan. They're technically animals, but they're stationary. They've got these root systems. So they're not locomotive, they don't move about. Octopi that know that they're in some deep shit right now. They're intelligent. Those poor things, man. They're as intelligent as dogs. I feel for them. Anyway, the munge, those things, those animals that act like plants, they're basically just filters in the sea. They just filtrate. This is a thing that only is eaten in Korea, as far as I know. It comes out in the spring. It has a real aromatic taste. I forget the name of it. Particularly in the northern parts of Korea and up into North Korea. That's a spring delicacy. Yeah, that munge, that weird filtration animal, has a very unique taste. You eat it raw, like sushi, you know. And it has kind of almost like, it reminds me of, okay, there's seaweed, which I've really grown fond of, seaweed. Okay, the fish stores are starting to close down. It's getting late. Back to the munge. I just keep getting distracted. They have a taste that's reminiscent of pine sol. I know it sounds weird, but it's oddly good. This is all fermented seafood. Fermented seafood. That's fermented octopus, fermented squid. 안녕하세요. That's pollock roe. Pollock roe sacks. It's kind of like Korean caviar. It's actually delicious if you spread it on like toasted baguette. You can think of it almost like a Vegemite. Josh, if you're down there in Australia eating Vegemite, you spread those, you kind of like cut off a little piece of that roe sack and spread it real thin on toast. It's the bomb. It's really good. Okay, the missus wanted me to come back this way. So, God, you know, this is really stomping grounds during my 40s, during some very interesting years of my life. And, God, lots of memories here. It's really bittersweet coming back here, and especially seeing a lot of the old neighborhoods have been razed, just like they just evaporated. And these high-rise buildings, these are all side dishes. There's that pollock roe. Yeah, like they just evaporated off the face of the earth, and it's kind of sad, you know. Not kind of sad, it is sad. Okay, we're going to go down this way. I'm going to follow her. But I have really happy memories of this market. I used to like to, especially on like a summer night, I used to love to, we lived about a mile down the road. And on a summer's night, I used to love to get drunk and stumble down here and kind of carouse, drink here. I'd, you know, yeah, there's some kind of old school places where You can get old school like rice wine called makgeolli. It looks like milk. It's like opaque white rice wine. And you get it in these aluminum kettles with, you order some like seafood pancake called himuljeon on the side. And my Korean happens to be like, this is one of the few places where my Korean is more or less fluent. Like, I can talk about anything here. I could do business here. I really could. And so I'd get loaded and stumble down here, and they all knew me. And they just, a lot of, most of Korea has, when I first came here 25, 26 years ago, it was, when I first came here, Jesus, going on 29 years when I first came here. Holy fuck. Oh, man. There's Gosu. They have best price here. So if you want to make guacamole, cilantro. She wants to make guacamole.
아니 너무 많지 않아?
Well, just
조금만. 아니 어떻게 파는데요?
당근에 6,000원이요.
반만 주고
당근?
just 3,000원짜리
얼마 양으로 말해요. 3,000원.
한근.
당근 3,000원.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? This is a Chinese market. That's why they have shallots here. Koreans aren't into shallots, and they have these big, all kind of like pole beans. Chinese. Oh yeah, but so I'd come down here and carouse innocently, of course, and it was great. Why are we going back this way? Yobo, is there something else you want to get down here? I guess so. All right. Back at the panchan store, the side dish store. Yeah. I'm going this way. So, let me see. Well, I keep getting distracted, but how could you not keep getting distracted? A place like this. Guksan Melchi. This is where they sell, this is all dried anchovies and other dried fish. Boxes of it. Boxes of salted dried fish, which is actually a pretty good snack when you're drinking beers. Much healthier than other salty snacks that you might consume when you're boozing, of which they do a fair amount here. Let's go over here and look at the tentacles. Octopus tentacles. This is one of my favorite foods here. This is crab. These are blue crabs and shrimp, and they're not cooked. They're marinated. I guess you could say they're chemically cooked, chemically denatured, marinated in soy sauce and ginger and garlic and other things. Super delicious, man. With a very unexpected texture, sort of gelatinous. You would never think of crab as being gelatinous, but it only gets stringy when you cook it with heat. Okay, so I've lost track of her. Well, where did she go? Did she go that way? We've been around the same corner of the place for a little while here. Okay, I'm just going to keep walking this way because I told her I was going this way. Okay, so yeah, there's dried fish. That's dried pollock. You can put that in soup. You know, it rehydrates and it makes it quite a pleasant soup with some other ingredients. And you know, these are dried anchovies, and those are okay. These are half-dried fish, croakers. Those are really good. All this stuff is really good, man. Dried squid. That's also a great snack. Let's see. Got a poultry corner here. A whole duck, and they'll carve it up for you. They give you the bones. 우리 한 마리 얼마예요?
15,000원.
15,000원. These are a little expensive. These are about $20, but they're big. Quite healthy too. Healthy fat. Flounder. These are going to get diced up and eaten as sushi in this restaurant. More flounders. See, yeah, this was one of my favorite places to drink and carouse at. The makgeolli, the rice wine. It's actually more of a rice beer because it's like 6 or 7%. It's more of a beer, I should say rice beer. And they cook the seafood pancake right there on the grill. And I used to sit here and banter with them in Korean, and they couldn't believe. Yeah, so like through a lot of, especially in Seoul in the bigger cities, you know. When I first came here, that's what I was saying. This is okay. So this ginseng roots and kind of different types of medicinal wood and berries and roots and stuff that you can mushrooms, youngji, that right over there in the middle. That's lychee. I mean, I've made my own cough and cold and allergy medicine by figuring out recipes. You can make your own allergy and cold medicine from this stuff. I have in the past. That's ginkgo biloba berries right there. Ginkgo biloba, and they're you shouldn't eat too many of them or they can be toxic. But you toast them with a little bit of salt. They're super delicious. Let's see, 2 fried chicken, two spat-cocked. Is that what they're called? Butterflied fried chickens for $12, $11. Spatchcocked, that's what it's called. Spatchcock. A butcher. I used to get beef heart from here. Yeah, so people are kind of become kind of jaded about foreigners. You're not those places around Seoul. When I first came here in '96, it was like you were just automatically interesting and everybody wanted to talk to you. But not anymore. But coming here, like late at night and drinking and bantering in their language, I was kind of like, you don't see a lot of foreigners around here. This is not in Seoul. Oh yeah. This is skewers, chicken skewers, potatoes, good stuff. Yeah, I was kind of unusual in that. Crabs. 안녕하세요. Oh, there she is. Did you get everything? Okay, I'm just doing a little tour. We got mangue. No? Oh, abalone. Abalones. 10 for... They're normally very expensive. That's 10 for about $6.50. Pork intestines and organs and blood sausage and head cheese. And that's not a real pig head. sushi. We're getting to the end of this aisle, and then she's probably going to want to take off here pretty soon. So this is just one. I've shown you about 70% of one of the two major alleyways here. Deep fried mini crabs. 안녕하세요. Fried shrimp. Yeah. 맛있겠어요. That's the blood sausage, blood noodle sausage right there. This was the supermarket where I picked up many bottles of soju on many nights. Yep. And gonna get to the end of the market here, and past the end of the market, where you now see that big white fence barrier. That was all like old school, like 3 and 4 and 5 story buildings from, built in the 1960s and 70s, and like post Korean War stuff. Old school neighborhood, just like little, just like a rabbit warren, just mazes of little alleyways, and it was really fun to, again, wander around at night drunk, just amazed that I live in this weird place called Korea, these weird neighborhoods, these weird vibes. And now it's all been torn down, and I live in one of these now, although not as tall. But, and I can't lie, it's nice. I mean, when we lived here in Kwangmyeon for 10 plus years, we lived in a tall, apartment building like that. But and it was nice. I mean, our neighborhood was actually very beautiful. It was right on the edge of, between the, it was right on the edge between city and countryside. I could walk 5 minutes and be in a field where I would rent a little bit of land every spring. It was about less than $100 a year for a strip of land, and I'd grow my own vegetables, and there'd be goats and chickens running around, and it was good times. Good times, man. I mean, some terrible times too. I gotta remember those, man. Oh God, the stories I could tell. It's called sea cucumber. That's an acquired taste, to say the least. Yeah. So, anyways, I better. The other side is kind of more of the same. Same but different, but anyway, I better. She was looking like she's. Oh, here's go boxes of dried fish, and dried shrimp. And they have all sorts of uses. You can just eat them straight up as a snack. Miniature dried squids, little baby squids. It's kind of a boiled bread. It's made with flour and ground up fish. There's a night drinking spot. Yeah, so things are winding down here. Places are starting to close. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. So I'm going to find her and get ready to skedaddle back to Paju. Where is she? I wonder. Oh, this is nice. It looks like hamburger patties, but it's actually made out of pork and other ingredients. It's quite savory. It's called dakgalbi. It's nice. It's good. Probably not too good for you. There's a lot of MSG in it, but okay. I'll finish here. This was my favorite place to drink at night, and I had many good times sitting on that bench right there. Probably, took a quite a few years off my life doing that shit. It was fun. Okay. Castello cake. Toiletries. Nail polish. Whatever you want. Chestnuts. Yeah, it's all here. It's a great place. Great place. Kwangmyeong Traditional Market. Kwangmyeong. Southwest of Seoul. You can look it up on Google Maps. Down there is where we had our snack. Okay. That's it from lovely scenic Kwangmyeong, South Korea. Has been Lean Bear, over and out.